morning, everyone. Welcome to This Day. Today is Wednesday, and it's April 8th. Now, before I get to tell you who's on, I wanted to tell you that today is National Zoo Lovers Day. And, you know, I miss my national days, so I thought I would tell you that it's National Zoo Lovers Day. And you can, while you can't visit in person, you could go to zoo.sandiegozoo.org, and they do have a couple of live cams there. And then you can go to YouTube, Monterey Bay Aquarium, and then you can go to Panda Cam on the internet, and that'll bring you to a few different panda cams that you can see across the world, actually. Okay, so on our show today, we do have Jeff Parker update, and there have been some new developments in regards to some health directives, so we'll talk to you a little bit about that. And then let me tell you that we're going to talk to you a little bit about sprucing up your home without leaving your house. We have a couple of ideas for you. But first, let's go ahead and remind you the resources that you have available to you. You've got the orangecountyhealthinfo.com, and as you see right there, we've got in the middle, you would click on that novel coronavirus slide there, and then it will bring you to the next slide, which is then going to ask you to choose between a variety of different slides. So you would choose the one in the middle, COVID-19 case counts and testing figures, and that will tell you the number of cases per city. Again, you can go to Orange County Health Info, ochealthinfo.com, or you can go to cdc.gov for any information that has recently come out from them. Okay, and then you can always go to our information, which is Laguna Woods Village Alerts.com. That'll bring you straight to our new website, which now has a variety of different choices. You can see the arrow there had lots of different choices for you. And then at the bottom of that front page, you could also click on the TV6 button there. That will bring you to my interviews with Jeff Parker. If you have any questions, you can send us an email at info@lagunawoodsvillage.com, or of course you can go to our recorded hotline, 949-268-2019, and that is updated on a regular basis. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our weather. We did have some rain overnight. Now, of course, we are going to have some rain coming back this afternoon as well as the next few days. I'll go ahead and take a look here. We've got 59, 51 showers and cool today. Tomorrow we've got 60 and 50 showers again. And then Friday we have rain, 63, 50. And then Saturday, 64, 55, partly cloudy, so we will see the sun that day. Sunday, 64, 56 with additional rain. Now let's take a look at our sunrise and sunset. Gorgeous photo. Wow, unbelievable that is in our own backyard. Bonnie Bowe, thank you so much for sending that in. Absolutely beautiful. Our sunrise was at 6:30 this morning, and our sunset at 7:16. And if you have a beautiful photo that you would like to share with us, either a sunset or a sunrise around town, please email it to us at lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. All right, we'll be right back with Jeff Parker, so stay tuned.
As Orange County's highest-ranked hospital, Hoag is the place to turn to for timely information, reassurance, and care in these uncertain times. Our dedicated physicians, nurses, and staff stand ready to safely deliver world-class care, just as we have for nearly 70 years. This is what we do. We are here for you, and we will overcome this together. To access Hoag for all of your healthcare needs, visit hoag.org/trust.
COVID-19 is a serious respiratory disease. There are simple steps we can all take to stay healthy and protect our community. Wash your hands for 20 seconds with soap and warm water. Clean and disinfect frequently touched surfaces daily. Cover coughs and sneezes with a tissue or elbow and avoid touching your face. If you do have symptoms like cough and fever, stay at home and call your doctor. When we all do our part, we can keep California healthy. For more information, visit covid19.ca.gov.
Well, welcome back. As you can see, I have my little mask, and I'm not sure how well you can hear me, so I'm going to go ahead and take this off. But this is one of the directives that are going to come down the pike here from the health department, and Jeff Parker is here to talk to us a little bit about some of those directives. So wait, now we got to get your mask.
Okay,
let's take a look at yours. So you've got your mask too. So everybody can have a fun mask. You know, there's lots of people out there who are selling them, but then we also have the other masks too. But tell me about some of the changes that we're going to see coming down the pike here.
Well, I wanted to let the residents know that, again, trying to be proactive, I wanted everybody to know that relative to the word out there is that agencies are changing their policy with regards to having their essential employees wear masks outside, definitely, and in their operation, in their businesses included. Now, nothing has come out of Orange County yet from the health department, but following some of the dialogue that's happened at the governor's office and operations that we've already put in place this week, like our gate houses, all of those people are wearing masks. All our full essential operations will be wearing masks. I wanted to make sure that the residents knew that, so they weren't shocked if they ran into somebody that normally isn't wearing a mask but now is.
Right.
Because we want to step it up in our efforts along with everybody else in the state on the social distancing and protecting. And clearly they've now come to the conclusion that the masks help slow this process down or help the spread slow down, and protect you as an individual from getting it to some degree. So wearing the gloves, I have my Smurf colored gloves on this morning, and wearing the mask, and it really doesn't come down to you have to have a certain medical type of mask or an N95. It can be a scarf. It can be any kind of fabric type mask. So if you know individuals who are sewers at home who have the ability to sew a mask, talk to your neighbor, and if they have access to it, that's great. Anything to help you if you're going out there in the community, and certainly from an operational point, VMS is taking care of our employees and making sure that they have masks moving forward.
Yeah, and there's also a few videos that you can go to online that show you how to fold up a bandana, and then you can use some hair ties that actually will help, be it like a mask too, or even regular rubber bands. So there are a few things out there.
That's a great idea.
You know, it's interesting, and I'm glad that you let everyone know about this, because before the directive was put a mask on when you were sick yourself. So now everybody might have a mask on. So then you think, oh my gosh, everybody's sick. So good thing that, you know, you definitely let everybody know, because it's not that case. Now it's just everybody should wear a mask.
Yeah, it's just another protective measure.
Right.
It's a great idea.
Yeah, so good. Well, that's a good thing, I guess, for the most part. I mean, they do get a little hot.
It's probably a little uncomfortable, but again, especially with our gate ambassadors, we have so many people still coming in. We want to protect the gate ambassadors, but we also want to make sure that the residents or whoever's coming in is also protected. So we want to ensure that they're wearing masks. We want to make sure our people are wearing masks. This is a big step moving forward in the process of trying to slow this whole coronavirus thing down. As probably everybody has heard by watching the news, because it's on the news all the time, is that these are the critical weeks coming from here until the end of April, probably goes into May, but these critical weeks coming up to try to slow this thing down and the number of cases that are going to continue to rise. Exactly.
Now, one thing I did want to let everyone know is that if you happen to be a sewer and you are making these kinds of masks, would you please email us at Laguna Woods Village TV @gmail.com, and we'll help get the word out so other people can have masks as well. So
that's great.
Now, looking at some of the numbers, you have gone to the site, and tell me some of the things that you noticed.
Well, I went to the site this morning, and there are no new numbers, but they did have yesterday's, which there's 931 cases in Orange County, which is growing, up 50. So exponentially, it seems like that we're getting higher and higher. Still, knock on wood, keep your fingers crossed. Laguna Woods still is not posted on the site, because that means there's 5 or less. And so that's good news from us. And again, thanking all the residents for being very proactive. The one thing that I noticed, and I wanted to emphasize why we took such strong action the other day regarding the heirs and our concerns there, was that in the cases in Orange County, although percentage-wise the number of cases for those 65 and older is fairly small, in a sense, around 20%. When it comes to the acuteness of the sickness, 53% of the people that have passed away, unfortunately, are in that age group. And if you take it down one category to anybody that's over 45, that's 80% of the deaths in Orange County. And that's a correlation throughout the state. So again, the risk factor for our community is very, very high because of the fact that it is very hard to come back from this illness if you get it severely. It is also prone to attack individuals who have preceded kind of activities, whether they've had lung problems or heart problems or any diabetes type problems. Those are the ones that are most susceptible to getting attacked by this virus. So we want to make sure, I just wanted to mention that because again, this is a very vulnerable community from this. And I want to make sure everybody understands that so they do as much as they can to protect themselves, stay at home, only go out in the very, very rare cases that you have to.
Exactly. And then, of course, as you mentioned, when you do go to the grocery store, wear your gloves and wear your masks, for sure, for both sides of the coin. Let's talk a little bit about the meeting that happened yesterday, because it was very successful. Everybody was virtual. Tell me how it went.
Yeah, I thought it went great. You know, we were a little trepidatious in the process of, this is going to be our first virtual meeting. It was the GRF, Board of Directors meeting. It started at 9:30 and concluded with its closed session and everything by 2:30, which is right on time, if not faster than we've done some other meetings. The open meeting, which was in the morning, went really, really well. Both halves went really well, and it was amazing that the board members were very good at, we had practiced with them with regards to how to use their mics, when to wave their hand that they wanted to speak, or put into a request. We have a chat box so they can put in a request to speak on the issue. We had comments and emails from our residents, so we were able to take those email comments that came in, and then we had a staff person there who announced those to the board so they could go through those items. So we're going to keep working on making that as efficient as possible, and we're looking forward to our next board meeting is next Tuesday with United, and then the following week with Third. And in the meantime, we're also doing some virtual meetings with regards to our operations, like maintenance and construction and special events like that. So there are going to be multiple meetings out there that will do that. We'll make sure you get that whole list. But it worked better than anybody, I think, expected. And it's not an easy process when you have 11 board members and then certainly the community wanting to interact.
And we did televise that as well, and we will continue to do that going forward when the meetings are scheduled. Now, one thing I wanted to mention is you said that people could email their questions, and you do have a person that is managing that. So make sure that when the meeting is going on live, you can email your questions to meeting@vmsinc.org. Someone is on the other end of that email who can take your questions and then present it at the meeting. Now, you also could call in your questions also when it is live, correct? Right? Okay, 949-268-2020. Then if you want to watch the live meeting at the time that it is being aired, you can go to this the website, lagunawoodsvillage.com/meetings, and that is at the time that it is being aired. So again, certainly a really vast majority of people could participate if they wanted. And we're just, moving with the times here, trying to make sure everybody can do things virtually, because this is the way it is right now.
It certainly is, and it's great that we can continue to communicate with our residents and continue to our operations with the boards, and we're not stopping. The village doesn't stop. We're doing a lot of activities, and I was going to mention a couple of the things that we're working on. So if you'd like.
Of course, we would love it.
One of the things is that we've been fully operational in the area of landscaping, as you know, and I just wanted residents to not think that they went away. Obviously, when we get the good rains like this, we halt our landscaping operations because it's too wet to get out there and mow, and the slopes get slippery, and so we don't do all of that activity. But we anticipate our landscaping crew to be back in full operation on Monday. But I know the residents probably go, where did they go? Is there something wrong? I don't want them to have a fear that we're changing our operation. We're still full go on landscaping, and come Monday, you'll see our staff back there.
Okay.
Also wanted to mention one other thing that's real important is we have water intrusions, unfortunately, due to the rains in some cases with regards to water intrusion there, or more importantly, if we get a water leak and we're having to go out and address an emergency. Part of that operation includes a follow-up inspection process to make sure that there wasn't any mold or there wasn't any activity that needs to be repaired because of the leak. Not the leak itself, that's been fixed. Is there any auxiliary activity that needs to be done to ensure that there's no mold or activity? We're requesting that we go back into the manors and take care of that inspection so that we know what we need to get in place. I know the residents have heard me say, don't have activity there unless you have to, but this is an important one that we need to go back in and have that inspection so that we can ensure that no mold's active, or that we're going to have to come back and fix something like that. Because that's really the safety of the building, which in the case, especially in United, is owned by United. And more importantly, for the health and safety of the person, we don't want mold growing or any type of activity that would be detrimental to the resident.
Right. Well, as you mentioned, the village doesn't stop. And we all live here, so you have to be able to have, like you said, maintenance and landscaping and things like that. But of course, you certainly are aware of what's happening, and you work around the residents, which is great.
Right. So we'll call the residents for that follow-up appointment. We certainly have all of our staff are geared up with regards to understanding the social distancing, understanding wearing masks, gloves, and booties, and everything that's necessary to go into the manor and be protective.
Right.
So we just need the residents to be supportive of us coming back and getting that completed.
Right. Well, fantastic. Well, thank you so much. Good update. Look forward to see you again on Friday with additional information. And hey, don't forget to wear your little mask out there.
Don't forget to wear your mask.
Don't forget. All right. Well, thank you again. We'll see you on Friday.
Thank you, Lisa.
You're welcome. And remember that when we are airing the meetings live, you are able to participate. And at the end of our broadcast, we will have more information for you. So stay tuned and wear your mask.
To help stop the coronavirus, the CDC recommends to avoid contact with people who are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze with a tissue, then throw the tissue in the trash. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects and surfaces. Stay home when you are sick, except to get medical care. Wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. For more information, contact the CDC. A message from Village Management Services.
Hiring a realtor you trust is the first step in selling your home. Selecting an escrow company that can safeguard your money and personal information throughout the transaction is the next step. Escrow Options will guarantee the safety of your personal information and funds from the risks of wire fraud and cyber theft. Choose the escrow company that works for you. Escrow Options Group, protecting consumer assets in escrow since 2005.
There are many treasures within the walls of Laguna Woods Village. The foundation of Laguna Woods Village is one of them. Nowhere in the nation has a community embraced a commitment to assist its own residents with temporary emergency support. Since 1997, the foundation makes that support available through donations by individuals, clubs, organizations, and bequests. Help the foundation to help the real treasures within the village, our friends and neighbors.
Welcome back. Well, we can't really go to Lowe's or Home Depot at this time, so we thought we would bring you some ideas of how to spruce up your home easily, inexpensively in just one day. So we found a couple of things that you could do around your home. We found that you could do, maybe you make your own cushions. Now, of course, you can hand sew them, or you could go ahead and pull out that sewing machine if you happen to have one. You know, sometimes it's just fun just to change things around a little bit, just to make you feel a little bit better for the day. So now, of course, you can use sewing, or you can use fabric glue, or you can use hot glue, like some of us have hot glue guns, so you could do something like that. Or making your own art. A simple do-it-yourself art tip is to buy, if you have it, blank canvases and decorate them with gold or silver thumbtacks. Now, of course, you can make different patterns, initials, whatever you would like. Then you could maybe, this one I thought was very interesting, you can hide your router. You can use a hollowed out book to hide your Wi-Fi routers. Now, I would be interested to know if you do this, because I want to know if your signal would be just as good if you hid it in a book. So if you happen to try this at home, please let me know if it actually works just as well as leaving it out. Then we also found that you could make some of your old jewelry into a refrigerator magnet. Now, that I thought was kind of cute. So you could take a brooch, or you can take a magnet and stick it on the back of something that you maybe don't wear, and then you could put it up on your refrigerator or something that was magnetic. Then we also found that you can disguise what you can't replace. So sometimes you can take a blanket and you can cover up your sofa, or you have a rug that maybe you haven't used in a while and you could throw it over some carpet that might have a stain. Or then, of course, you could use fabric to screen an unpleasant view. There's all sorts of different things you can change things around. Or you could even just move your furniture around to make it feel a little different. Because obviously we're trying to find things, you know, to help us feel a little better in our home. Using old wallpaper to go onto bookcases, that was kind of a cool idea. So if you've got some spare wallpaper lying around, you can always work it into the backs of the bookcases, and then you can put your books back up. Or you could even get out some paint and you can repaint things as well. You maybe black or white shelves, or you can use some of that contact paper that we have, and that might be some kind of a neat idea. Or you could go around and you could spray paint. So you could get out some items, like I found that I still had some Christmas things around, and I got, you know, those are kind of cute. I may want to just spray paint those white or black and put them up year round. So those are some fun things that you guys can do. So there you go. We're trying to, you know, bring you some good ideas. And don't forget that today is also the National Zoo Day, and you can go to the zoo cams that we mentioned earlier today. So you can just pretty much put in your internet Panda Cam, and that'll bring it up, or Zoo Cams, and that will also bring up some things too. Okay, let's go straight into our Friday movie. We haven't been able to tell you about our movies. So Friday, April 10th, is called The Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. So as you know, that's the story about Mr. Rogers. Lloyd Vogel is an investigative journalist who receives an assignment to profile Fred Rogers, aka Mr. Rogers. He approaches the interview with skepticism, and he finds it hard to believe that anyone can have such a good nature. But Rogers' empathy, kindness, and decency soon chips away at Vogel's jaded outlook on life, forcing the reporter to reconcile with his own painful past. So yeah, I mean, I think when we were watching Mr. Rogers way back when, you know, he was always so warm and kind and loving, and that is a good takeaway from the movie. So again, that will be on Friday, April 10th, and that will be at 2 p.m. with subtitles, excuse me, and then 7 p.m. as well, and that is brought to you by Harvard Eye Associates. So that's good. And then I'm going to tell you Saturday's movie too, because that one looks like a super fun one. It's called Isn't It Romantic? And that will be at 3 and 6 p.m. And that is starring the ever funny young lady right there, as you see her there. And it should be, that will be a really fun one to watch. And that will be at 3 and 6 p.m. And I'll have more information on that movie for you in the coming days. All right, and then as I mentioned, you can always go to the zoo cams that we said, and then let me go ahead and take a look at weather for you. Rain is coming back this afternoon, and rain tomorrow, and rain the next day. So I apologize for all the rain. But then again, on Saturday, we are looking at partly cloudy skies. So today, 58, 52, showers tomorrow, 59, 49, and then Friday, showers again, 65, 53, partly cloudy on Saturday. So hopefully we will get some vitamin D on that day, 63, 56, and then Sunday again, more rain. So I'm praying that the next couple of days we will definitely see better days with some sun. And one last thing I wanted to share with you again is that for the meetings, when they are live, there are some, there's an email that you can go ahead and email questions to. There is also a phone number as well. So there we go. We've got meeting@vmsinc.org, and you can email your questions there when the meeting is live. You can call in the questions when the meeting is live at 949-268-2020. And then when you want to watch it, you can go to lagunawoodsvillage.com/meetings. And again, as Jeff mentioned earlier today, a new meeting will be next Tuesday, and we will air those live on our broadcast at 9:30 on Tuesdays, just like they normally would be airing, but of course they're virtual. All right, well, have a great day in the village today. Stay healthy and stay dry, and we'll see you tomorrow.
We consider hearing to be an essential part of your life. During this time of quarantine and isolation, you need to be hearing the best you can to understand how to stay safe and to hear your friends and family. Advanced Ear Care is offering service to everyone that needs help with their hearing aids, no matter where it was you purchased. If it's not working properly, please call for a free troubleshooting appointment. We even have hands-free, no-contact curbside service. There's no charge for this service. Advanced Ear Care is here to keep you hearing during these critical days.